Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Washington, Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying close attention to what's been happening around the NFC East lately, you probably already sense that something big is brewing. And no, I'm not just talking about the usual off-season chatter or the typical hype around the draft. We're talking about a strategic move that could seriously shift the balance of power in the division, something that could define the Washington Commanders' trajectory for seasons to come. That's right. We're diving into the recent blockbuster trade that sent Rome Odunze, the promising rookie receiver from the Chicago Bears, to the Commanders in exchange for a second-round pick in 2026. This isn't just a minor roster tweak, folks. This is a statement move, and it's loaded with implications. Let's back up a little and talk about the player in question, Rome Odunze. For those of you who might not be fully familiar yet, Odunze is a top 100 rookie prospect coming out of college, and he's been turning heads since his debut season. In his first 5 games of 2025, he's already made a significant impact with 22 receptions, totaling 328 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's an average of nearly 15 yards per catch, folks, pretty impressive for a rookie. His catch rate sits at around 68%, which shows he's reliable and making the most of his opportunities. And what's more, his yards per target are at 9.4, with a PFF grade of 80.4, which is excellent for a rookie, especially one still adjusting to the NFL speed and complexity. His EPA per target is plus 0.52, indicating he's contributing positively on each play, and his yards after catch at 3.5 show he's not just a deep threat but also capable of gaining extra yards after the catch. And importantly, he's been durable. No injuries so far and just 1 drop. What makes Odunze so intriguing, and why did the Commanders jump at the chance to acquire him? Well, for starters, he's projected to average around 4.5 yards after the catch per reception, with the potential to break tackles and rack up more yardage. His ability to gain YAC, combined with his size and speed, makes him a real threat in the passing game. Compare that to the current WR core of Washington, and you start to see the upside. Odunze could add a new dimension to the Commanders' offense, something they've been looking for, an explosive playmaker with room to grow and develop into a top-tier receiver. And let's not forget, he's projected to reach over 10 yards in a season with around 11 touchdowns and an EPA pass increase of about 15%. That's serious production, especially for a young guy just coming into his second NFL season. Now, why did the Bears, a team focusing heavily on defense and managing a cap space of around $22 million, decide to part ways with Odunze? Well, Chicago has been prioritizing rebuilding their defense, especially with an eye on their edge position, where they've been struggling, giving up around 28 points per game. They're in a bit of a cap crunch and have been static about their wide receiver core, particularly with their evaluation of Williams, EPA pass at only 0.18. They're looking to gather assets to rebuild from the ground up, and trading Odunze for a second-round pick in 2026 fits their long-term strategy. The Bears believe they can find other pieces to bolster their defense, which is their main focus at the moment, and they're comfortable letting Odunze go, at least for now. But let's focus on what this means for Washington. Adding Odunze to their roster isn't just about filling a slot. It's about injecting a young, dynamic talent who, if everything pans out, could be a cornerstone for the franchise. His projected contribution of over 10 yards and 11 touchdowns, plus the boost in EPA and yards per route, makes him a potential game-changer. The Commanders have been building their offense around their quarterback and their running game, but now, with Odunze, they get a receiver who can stretch the field, create mismatches, and turn manageable plays into explosive gains. His contested catch ability, around 2.5 per game, gives him a physical edge, and his efficiency rating of plus 9% shows he's good at getting open and making plays in tight coverage. This move also signals Washington's commitment to youth and upside. They've been patient with their development, and now, with Odunze, they're adding a player who could evolve into a true #1 receiver. For the fans, this is exciting because it's not just about immediate impact, it's about the future. The team's coaching staff can now tailor their offensive schemes to maximize Odun's strengths, and the chemistry he can build with the quarterback could spark a new level of offensive explosiveness. And for the division, this move is a clear statement. Washington isn't just content with competing. They want to dominate and contend for a Super Bowl. The odds for Washington winning the Super Bowl have already shifted from plus 2,500 to plus 1,500, reflecting increased confidence in their window of contention. That's a significant jump, and it shows how much this trade is being viewed as a positive step towards postseason glory. Now, let's take a moment to analyze the bigger picture. The NFC East has always been a competitive division, filled with talented teams hungry for supremacy. The Eagles, Cowboys, and Giants are all fighting hard, but Washington's recent moves, including this trade for Odun's, suggest they're not just trying to keep pace, they're aiming to leap forward. With Odun's projection of over 1,0 yards and his ability to contribute immediately, the Commanders could see a boost of around 180 passing yards per game, making their offense more explosive than last season. That's the kind of upgrade that could turn close games into wins, especially in tight playoff scenarios. Plus, the impact of Odun's isn't just immediate. It's about long-term development. His high YAC numbers, combined with his ability to win contested catches, demonstrate that he has the physical tools and the football IQ to grow into a true star. The coaching staff's focus on developing young talent could see Odun's becoming one of the league's most reliable receivers within a couple of seasons. And in a division where defenses are always tough, having a receiver who can make contested catches and gain extra yards after the catch is invaluable. It creates more opportunities for the quarterback and opens up the entire offense. Looking ahead to the playoffs, this move might prove pivotal. Washington has been on the cusp of contention for a while, and now, with Odun's added to the mix, they have a real shot at making a deep postseason run. The offensive upgrade, combined with their solid defense, can make them a formidable opponent. The Super Bowl odds reflect that optimism, moving from plus 2,500 to plus 1,500, which may not seem like a huge jump to some, but in the context of NFL betting, it's significant. It shows that the market believes Washington has improved their chances of competing at the highest level, and Odun's addition is a big part of that narrative. And let's not forget the strategic aspect here. The Commanders are clearly investing in the future, betting on Odun's upside, and trusting their scouting and development staff to nurture his talent. They're positioning themselves as a team that's not just trying to compete now, but also building a foundation for sustained success. This trade exemplifies that vision, acquiring a young, talented receiver who can grow into a key piece of their offense, while also clearing cap space and assets for future moves. In conclusion, this trade for Rome Odun's is more than just a transaction, it's a statement. It reflects the Washington Commanders' desire to elevate their offense, challenge the division's powerhouses, and push deep into the playoffs with a fresh, explosive weapon. The move has drawn mixed reactions from fans and analysts alike. Some see it as a bold, forward-thinking decision, while others remain cautious about the transition. But what's undeniable is that Odun's arrival signals a new chapter for the Commanders, one filled with promise and potential. Whether he becomes the next big star or just a reliable contributor, he's already made his mark, and the team's future looks brighter with him on board. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this move? Do you think Odun's will be the difference maker this season? Are you excited about the prospect of him growing into a superstar? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the team. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and all the latest Washington Commanders news. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep this momentum going as we gear up for what promises to be an electrifying season ahead.